Everyone is telling you that you need a brand strategy, but no one is talking about what it is. It's not your logo, it's not your fonts, it's not a color palette. Let's dive in. Hey, I'm Emily, founder of Unbuttoned Brands. I am a brand strategist and designer who works with values driven service providers who want to stand out and not burn out. So, what is a brand strategy? Essentially, it is the foundation upon what you build your business on. I like to compare it to cake because who doesn't love cake, right? Before you ice your cake, add happy birthday, some beautiful little sprinkles. You need a sturdy cake layer. It's your base, it's your foundation, right? So that is like what a brand strategy is. A brand strategy is what outlines who you are, what makes you different, who you want to work with, what makes them different, all the characteristics about where they're at in their current stage of life, their interests, all those things. A brand strategy also includes things like your values, your personality, your voice. It is the most important piece of how you're going to run your business because it is going to impact and affect every single area of your business. It's going to help you write copy for your website. It's going to help you sound consistent when you're sending emails. It's what's going to guide your visual brand because all of those pieces come together to make your brand what it is. Going back to our cake analogy, if we try to ice a cake that isn't fully baked, it's going to crumble. It's going to be gooey. It's going to be a hot mess. So this is why it's really important that we start with a brand strategy. When I'm working with a new client, I send them an in-depth questionnaire with a million questions. Okay, not a million questions, but a lot of questions to get to know them. Because the way I create brand strategies is I pull out the parts of who they are and I make it a seamless transition to who they are as a brand. My whole thing is being yourself is the strategy. And I think it's a lot easier to be yourself than to perform and pretend like you are someone you're not, especially as a service provider. So I take this in-depth questionnaire and I pull all these pieces of who you are, who you like working with, your values, all those little things are what helps me write your brand strategy document. And included in a brand strategy document is things like your mission statement, your value proposition, your personality, your brand values, how you sound, your voice, and then of course your ideal client, their hesitations, their anxieties, their pain points, their desires. All of those things go into your brand strategy document, and that is what helps you create all of the content that you're going to create as a service provider. It's going to go into informing how you respond to emails. It's going to go into how you write your website copy. It's even going to influence your visual brand identity that we create for you. So for example, one of my brand values is inclusivity. And I have a note right on my website, on every single page, it's in my footer, about the fact that I believe in inclusivity and the clients I want to work with also should believe those things. Otherwise, I want to repel them. I don't want to work with people that don't align in certain areas. Yes, we can be different, but there are some non-negotiables. I call those your hills to die on, right? They're the things that you won't negotiate on when you're working with people. And that's a really, really important thing that we define in your brand strategy. I get asked a lot, when is the right time to create a brand strategy? And the answer is when you've got a little bit of experience under your belt, to be quite honest. I don't think a brand strategy document is a great thing for a new entrepreneur. And that's because you got to live a little. You got to get to know who you like working with, the work you like doing. You got to make some mistakes. You got to learn the hard way a little bit, who you don't like working with, what you don't like doing. All of those things will help you better create a brand strategy in the long run. So get a little bit of experience. I'd say the exception to that is if you're a client who is pivoting. So you have some experience in the business world, but you are taking a new direction in your business. You're building a brand from scratch. A lot of my clients are people who are pivoting. So in that case, totally start with a brand strategy, start things off right, get that foundation in place, and it's going to help you kick off your business with a splash. Another thing to consider is that a brand strategy is a lot different than your marketing strategy. And that's because your marketing strategy is really how your brand is going to show up in the world. It is all the marketing channels and systems and efforts that you're doing to make your brand be seen. So you might use social media, you might use email marketing, you might use Pinterest. All of those things are channels in which you are going to market your business. And the strategy for that is going to be a lot different. But the great thing is your brand strategy is going to inform how you show up, what you're going to say. And if you don't have the brand strategy, it makes it a lot more difficult to market your business because you kind of don't know who you are, and your potential clients won't know who you are, or they will just think you're some generic brand that you're copying what everyone else is doing. There's nothing really that will set you apart and make people go, you're the reason why I'm going to work with you. So it's such an important thing to have a brand strategy before you start your marketing strategy. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're feeling inspired to start working on your own brand strategy. If you need a place to start, you can take my free brand vibe quiz. When you fill this out, you actually get a free brand clarity workbook. So it's a neat little tool that you can use to start your brand strategy, whether you're going to DIY it or whether you're going to work with a brand strategist like me. I hope you find it useful. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.